Welcome to the Stizzy Chronicles. I'm Stizzy. On this channel, I chronicle my life as an RV newbie. Now today, we're going to do something a little different. I'm actually going to take a look at the VIOFO dash cam that was sent to me. We're going to do an unboxing. I'm going to install it in my RV. I'm going to get you some footage from a road trip. We're also going to take a look at the app and see what it's like to get the footage off of the dash cam onto your computer or upload it online, whatever it is that you choose to do with it. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my other playlist, Goodies, Gadgets, and Gears. Like and subscribe, and let's get to it. If you've been with the channel for a while and you recall the car drive from Pennsylvania to Florida, this is actually the brand that I wanted to install, but at the time it wasn't in the budget. In addition to sending me the dash cam, they also sent me some additional goodies. If you do purchase any dash cams from VIOFO, just know that you will have to purchase a separate micro SD card. The Bluetooth remote control is also sold separately. It allows you to control certain features of the device without having to touch the dash cam. The hardware kit is also sold separately and allows for 24-hour recordings even when the car is parked, and it also makes sure that the car battery is protected. And now for the star of the show, the VIOFO A229 Plus. This is a 3-channel dash cam. You will get a camera for the front that will record the road. You will get an interior camera that will record the driver and passenger, and then also a third camera for the rear. Included in the box is a quick installation guide. The dash cam itself comes equipped with Sony STARVIS image sensors for the front and rear cameras. It supports smart voice control. It also has built-in Wi-Fi, built-in GPS logger, voice notification in multiple languages. There's advanced parking mode settings, and it supports micro SD memory cards up to 512 gigabytes. The front and rear cameras can record in resolution up to 2K. The interior camera resolution is 1080p high definition with infrared LED lights, which are the 4 little markings on the camera. Now we're entering the second level of the box. We have our manual, which has some pretty detailed instructions as well as cool illustrations. It talks about the installation, dash cam recording operations, playback, and how to manage the videos. It also talks about how to connect a smartphone, get on the app. There's also a brief overview of the accessories, such as the circular polarizing lens. It's a filter to help with glare, and then also the Bluetooth wireless remote control. Talks about that and how to install those with the dash cam. You're going to get a few static stickers, which allow you to actually install the dash cam to the sticker instead of directly on your windshield. The static stickers can be reused, so if you need to take it down in order to relocate it, or you need to take it down in order to use the dash cam in another car, that is a possibility if you choose to use the static stickers when installing the dash cam, since the dash cam and the cameras can be adhered to the static stickers instead of the windshield of the vehicle. They also give you some extra adhesive for both the dash cam itself and the cameras. And then in the third and final level of the box, you're going to get your cables, such as your Type-C data cable that can be used to transfer video files from the dash cam to a computer. The rear camera cable is a little over 19.5 feet, and then the cable for the interior camera is about 3 feet or a little over. You're also going to get the trim removal tool to help you fish the wires through the vehicle, as well as the car charger adapter. Now going back to the other goodies that were sent, if you plan on using all 3 cameras to the highest resolution, I would recommend going higher than 64 gigs because the footage does record over itself after a while. They also sent the Bluetooth remote control, which I will not be installing because the dash cam does have voice activation. So if this is something that's not in your budget, you can still use other features of the dash cam without taking your attention off the road. You can use your voice and voice commands to take photos, turn Wi-Fi on and off, start recording, lock the video, turn on audio, show the rear camera, front camera, both cameras. There's a lot of cool things that you can do with it. The HK4 hardware kit provides permanent power to the dash cam, so you can take advantage of the parking recording function. When the kit is installed, the dash cam will know when the engine is off and it'll automatically go into parking mode. Once the engine is turned back on, then it'll return to normal recording. Since I have cameras on the outside of my RV, I will not install this, but for anyone who wants 24-hour protection, this is a great accessory to purchase. The kit can be used for both 12 and 24 volt vehicle systems. There's a few different options for low voltage cutoff to prevent the dash cam from draining the battery. And the total cable length is a little over 13 feet. Now let's go ahead and start installing. With the initial setup, you will need to put your memory card in the dash cam, power it up. It will then ask you to set the language, the time zone, which is in relation to the time in London. You'll then be asked to confirm the time and date, set up the speed unit, and then format the memory card.
Memory card format successful.
And then from there, if you explore the menu, you can make changes to choices that you made in initial setup. You can make changes to the dash cam settings, the camera settings, camera resolution, how long the files are when you're recording. You can change the format of the date and the time, and then also what's stamped on the recordings, whether you want the logo, whether you want your speed, whether you want your GPS coordinates, and a whole lot more. This is your opportunity to mess around and personalize it for your needs. The installation itself isn't really difficult. One of the main things that you'll probably focus on or spend more time on is finding the right placement for the cameras, and then when it's time to actually fish the wires through so they're out of the way, that part of the process is a bit time consuming, but they do provide that trim removal tool to help you tuck away the wires. Now earlier I spoke about the static stickers. I am installing that now. During the installation process of the interior camera, I actually pulled it off in order to test whether or not they were reusable. I was able to do it without any issues, and so far I haven't had any issues with adhesiveness. Now this is probably my least favorite part with the installation process, actually fishing the wires through. I do fish the wires for the interior camera, however I do not fish the wires for the unit itself. I kind of leave it hanging. I'll come back to that at another point in time. Now this is when I apply the static sticker for the interior camera. Right now I'm just trying to push the bubbles out, taking off that top layer so I can adhere the camera to the sticker itself. And then after looking at the view, I changed my mind about the location of the interior camera, and I pulled the camera as well as the static sticker off, relocate it, reapply it, and it's been sticking without any issues. Now this is the final setup. I have the interior camera set up as well as the front camera. Since I'm in an RV, I'm not going to install the rear camera. Dash cam and camera placement is going to vary per vehicle. You just want to make sure wherever you put it, it does not obstruct your view of the road. Now we're going to take a look at some day and night footage of both the front camera as well as the interior camera. The information that's imprinted on the recordings can actually be changed in the menu screen. I left everything in a default setting, but if you don't want the logo, if you don't want the model number, if you don't want the GPS coordinates, the GPS speed, if you don't want that information imprinted on your videos, you can remove it. Earlier when I talked about the accessories, I mentioned the circular polarizing lens. If you notice a lot of glare from the lights during the night footage, that can be minimized if you actually put the CPL lens filter on the front camera. The cameras can be set to record audio. Here's an example of the audio quality.
There's one thing I don't want to see. Did you see? No, I don't want to see any alligators and snakes.
Now I thought I saw an alligator, but I think it was the manatees. So I could see like a nose. When we were back at the marina, I could see a nose, and that's when I started recording, walking towards the water. And then what I did wind up seeing was just the manatees.
Biggest scary animal I saw was a frog. I'll take that.
Just chilling with you in the bathroom. To retrieve the footage, you have a few different options. There is an app that is not the best. I'm including some reviews from the App Store so you can review some of the comments that have been left. There's also a Type-C data cable that's provided, and you can always just take the SD card out of the dash cam and put it directly into your computer. Now if you choose to use the app to retrieve your footage, what's supposed to happen is you will power on the Wi-Fi on the dash cam, connect your smartphone to that Wi-Fi network, then set up the camera and retrieve the data from the app. However, I was not able to do that. No matter how hard I tried, I could not connect the camera. I ended up in this continuous loop where I was able to connect to the Wi-Fi, but I was not able to actually pair the camera. I wound up getting frustrated and just taking the SD card out, but it wasn't until now that I realized that one of the comments does say if you turn off cellular data, that may resolve the issue. That may be why that screen kept popping up. If turning off cellular data is indeed the solution to the issue that I experienced as well as other customers, I would hope that VIOFO will update their manual because it was not mentioned there. But overall, I really do enjoy the A229 Plus. I'm happy with both the camera and audio quality. One of my favorite features is the voice control. I love that you can operate features of the dash cam without having to take your hands off the wheel. The only drawbacks would be the price point. This model currently retails at about $290 US. They definitely need to improve the app at that price point, but luckily since they do include a data transfer cable and you have the option of taking the memory card out of the dash cam and putting it into your computer, it's not a deal breaker for me. However, it may be a deal breaker for some. Be sure to check out the VIOFO products. They just released the 300 series of dash cams. The product links will be in the description, and also check out my playlist, Get Your Gadgets and Gears, to see some other product reviews.